I'm Betty.
I'm Sue. We're the Smith Sisters.
Today we're in Fenton, Michigan, our neighboring town, visiting a new shop that just opened up. It's called the Cheese Lady Shop, which is we'll learn as you go in through here. It's a franchise. There's not a lot of them in the state of Michigan, but it's just wonderful, and we hope you'll enjoy it and that you'll come in and visit this lovely shop and mention that you saw it on the Smith Sisters.
And learn about cheeses. She kind of pointed out that they don't like the word franchise. They're all women-owned, so they call themselves a sisterhood.
The sisterhood.
But it's very fun and such beautiful cheeses and accompaniments. So
and just wonderful products besides cutting boards and baskets and
crackers and
so make sure you come in and see it.
Yeah.
So
the Cheese Lady.
Okay. We'll see you inside.
And we have with us Kathleen, who is the original Cheese Lady of the 7 franchise or shops, Cheese Lady shops in Michigan. So, Kathleen, we're happy to be here. It's just so much fun for all of us. So tell us a little bit about the Cheese Lady.
Well, the fun thing about the Cheese Lady, and I can tell you a little bit how I started, but the one thing that I learned early on is that nobody's in the Cheese Lady that doesn't want to be there. What they do is they come because they love to be here, and it's a fun thing to do. I started in 2004. I won a trip to France. I went and spent 2 weeks, and I spent most of them at the markets. I was very, very taken with the markets and how they worked and how everybody made something and sold something. And then all of a sudden I noticed in the little market where we were staying that there was a man selling, he was selling Swiss cheese. And I thought, he's not selling his cheese. Maybe I could go to my market and not have to make cheese because I have no interest in making cheese. So I went back to Muskegon and I said to my husband, I think I would like to quit my job and I would like to go to the farmer's market. So I did. And I had been selling cheese just from 2 retailers. I had been selling cheese to retailers on the west side of the state. So I knew something about cheese, but I hadn't sold directly to somebody who was going to eat it. So what I did learn is that I didn't know as much as I thought I did, because if I'm going to sell you a piece of cheese, I need to know a little bit something about it. And so I went to the market and I started sampling, and I ran out of cheese every week. And it just grew. And in Muskegon, if you're familiar with Muskegon is reinventing itself. The downtown is not, well, especially in 2004, was not really there. There was not much going on because they had taken the mall down and everything was level. So we moved in 2007, we moved into a tiny little shop, and my husband joined me. He lost his job and said, I need to get another job. And I said, no, I think you need to help me get going here. And so, you've never been on unemployment, let's go ahead and do this. So we went and we did this little shop, and after a year, we were so busy that we had to find something else. We bought a building and we moved around the corner from where we were, and we started up in this building. And we now live behind the building. We've made an apartment behind the building, and we have the cheese shop, which is doubled in size from what it was. And in Muskegon is still the busiest store. But the fun thing is, somebody approached us in 2000, I don't know when she opened, 2010 or something like that. And she said, I want to open a cheese lady. And we said, we don't know how to do that. And she said, but I want to leave my corporate job and I want to open a cheese lady.
Oh my God.
So she did, and that was Kalamazoo. And Natalie had left Kellogg's and opened her own shop. And she's still there, and since then she's married and had 2 children.
Oh my God.
But she bought a lifestyle, and she loves it. And so then it just kind of, we have never looked for franchisors. We
They
have
come to
always
you.
been approached, and we have either decided that it's a good fit or it's not a good fit. And so now we're up to, this is the 7th one. There's actually one more that's sold in St. Joe. And St. Joe is putting up a market. It will be about 8 different stores under one roof. And they're doing that. They've had some construction problems, so they may be the last one. I'm getting to be of an age where I'm thinking.
just enjoy. What a great story. Well,
Yes.
maybe we
But it's
can
great.
walk around a little bit.
I have a question. Do you buy directly from the cheese manufacturer?
We sometimes do, but most of the imported cheeses are actually bought from importers.
Right.
One thing that I learned was that it's a lot more complicated than just buying. Even if I went to Europe and tried to buy cheese, I can't just bring it over. You
No,
have
you
to have licenses, and you have to go through the docks. You have to know all the importing rules, and we're not importers.
No.
We can buy U.S. cheeses and have them shipped in if we can't get them through importer.
Very good.
Jean and Charlotte are the owners of this franchise. They approached us. It's been probably a year and a half ago. They actually went to the farmer's market this summer. I always encouraged people to start the way I did, which was at the farmer's market, so that you can build a clientele before you ever open your door. So before they opened their door, they had they had people who wanted to buy cheese.
Right.
And so here they are in the middle of a pandemic.
But look, it's not even 10 o'clock this
Opening a store.
It's 10 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, and people have been coming in
Yes.
since we've been here.
Yep.
Why don't we walk over and let you tell us a little bit about the cheeses?
Sure.
Okay.
All of the cheese ladies have boards behind the counter, and they will have, now here they have about 65 cheeses, but most of the stores will work their way up to about 140 cheeses, and they will keep them, and they will have a really nice assortment of cheeses, because what we've learned and what you know from tasting things is that everybody doesn't love everything.
No.
So, and the other thing that we've learned is that things like goat and sheep cheeses, which a lot of Americans are not as familiar with as they are the cow's milk cheeses, they are becoming familiar because they are easier to digest. And so we carry a nice selection of goat and sheep's milk cheeses, so that even people with Crohn's disease or something like that
Can
can
enjoy them.
find something that can find a good cheese to eat.
Well, I will tell you that I bought the Wildfire Blue last
Oh.
week.
Oh my
And
God.
I am telling you, that is
It is
precious
wonderful.
and wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And we've been going over the 30-second
list.
appetizers. I was reading it to her on the way here. All the different things you can put together in 30 seconds to have yourself a lovely little cheese and wine party.
So if somebody comes in and says, I'm having a cheese and wine party, will they do up a board
They
for
will.
them, cheese board?
Actually, what the ladies are busy with this morning is that they advertised on Facebook that they were going to do these grab and goes, basically a grab and go. So it's cheeses along with jam and nuts and things that go, and salami, and Charlotte put those together. So why don't we have Charlotte?
Right.
Charlotte is the daughter. It's a mother-daughter team that's doing this, and Charlotte is the daughter. And Charlotte has been putting together these, and the reason they're really busy is people are getting ready for the game today.
Oh, God.
Big football game today.
And here comes Jean.
And this is
Hi.
Jean.
She's the mama.
I'm the mom.
So the two of them have opened this shop, and
Yep.
the community is excited.
Yeah, we're really excited about
Yeah,
it.
there's really nothing around here to
No.
serve this
Right.
kind of specialty food.
Well, when
Right.
I was here last week, a gal came in. She said, "Oh my gosh, I always go to Rochester. I'm so glad to." So that sort of thing is going on.
We have the
Yes.
market for it for sure.
Right, exactly.
And the name recognition has really helped
Yeah.
us.
And you know, that's funny because when Suzanne came home with it, told us about it, I said to her, I've never heard of the Cheese Lady. So we had to Google right away, not knowing that there were other stores around. We thought you two had just started this. Cheese
I live in
Lady.
Rochester, but I didn't know that they were,
They put them
connected.
together, yeah.
And, well, we have people like to vacation in Traverse City.
That's right.
And
So
then
there
come
they
down
Down
here
here.
and say, "Oh,
Yeah.
are you the same one as Traverse City?"
So have you
Or
been
Grand
busy
Rapids?
since opening?
Yes.
We have
Yes.
been really busy. Today we're really busy too because we were saying about the football game. We're doing these grab and go kits where it's 3 different cheeses, a pack of salami, almonds, and apricots as that go with the cheese. And then what else do I have on there? Jam, some
Yeah.
crackers. So that way everything's all set for you. It's a set price. You can just grab it, pick it up. And then we can assemble it for you and make little trays, which is great. So we had a bunch of orders for those today.
Very
so we're very
good.
excited. Yep.
Well, we're
the
real
community's
excited.
been
We're very
welcome.
excited,
Yeah.
and thank you for welcoming us
Yes.
and doing this for us. So
Yes.
I think it's great.
hopefully, you'll get maybe 2 customers.
Well, we appreciate that you enjoyed your
What
experience.
they need, what people need to know is when they come into a Cheese Lady, the cheese people behind the counter are going to know what they're talking
Exactly.
about.
Yeah.
These two are learning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I want, a
And
little,
I'm sure
a
you'll
little
tell them they'll
disclaimer.
never stop learning.
And they'll never stop learning
No.
because
No.
cheese
No.
goes forever and ever. But that's the fun thing about going to the Cheese Lady is that the people behind the counter are actually selling cheese.
Did you two have a dying want to know about cheeses, or did you just go into the shop and
Well,
oh my
had
God, we
tripped
could do
upon-
that?
My husband and I had been on a couple of wine tours up in Traverse City, and that's kind of how it all started. Tina, who's the owner of the Traverse City store, had a wine and cheese pairing class at an event up in Traverse City that we attended, and we really enjoyed it. She did a fabulous job. We were really impressed with how much she knew and did the pairings so well. And then we went, oh, let's go find her shop, and we visited the shop. And then, oh gosh, this must have been 5-6 years ago. And then every year when we would go up there, that would be our first stop. We'd go to the Cheese Lady and we'd get our cheese and whatever, and then we'd do our wine tour with that. And so that's kind of how it came to be. My husband works out at Farmington Hills now, and just so we happened to see the Farmington Hills store, and he calls me and he says, I think it's a franchise. You need to look into that.
Oh my
so
gosh.
I said, okay, so I did, and here we
you
are.
are.
Well,
So-
and franchises kind of get a bad name, so
Yeah.
we've talked about that because they're all so different.
So
this
different.
This is not a cookie cutter franchise. No, we basically are we are a support system.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
what we call ourselves is the sisterhood.
The
sisterhood.
sisterhood.
They're all
This is
they're all
the
women
Cheese
owned.
Lady. They're all
All
women
women
owned.
owned.
They're all in Wisconsin.
love it.
They're
Yeah,
in
I do
Wisconsin.
too.
Yeah. They're all in Michigan, and they're all women owned, and
Yeah.
we help each other.
That is wonderful.
You made a comment about you went to a wine and cheese tasting event. Will you be having those here?
We will be having classes right now because of the current climate. We do Zoom classes where you would do it at your home. Charlotte usually teaches those. She teaches them through the Zoom program. We put a kit together so we can either do it a custom class where you pick everything you want. So you may want to do it a wine and cheese pairing. You may want to do all cow cheeses or all cheeses of Spain, or however you want to do it, or you want to pair it with beer or cider or whatever, however you want to do it. And then we would do that, and then Charlotte would then teach the class. So you could have the women or men or whoever you want at your home, or everybody can be at their own home, and everybody comes together for the Zoom class.
Very good.
But eventually, yes, we'd like to have them back in-house, which is how they were originally started,
Very
was
good.
in-house classes.
Well, we can't thank
Everything's
you enough.
We've learned so much, and we're carrying cheese, and we look forward to coming back soon.
It was extremely knowledgeable.
Informative,
The ladies
yeah,
are informative. The ladies are very, very good. So, and they, even after the first year, which I think is so exciting, they're going to have Zoom cheese parties, so you can invite your friends over, and they'll Zoom you the different types and give you a packet filled with everything they're going to talk about. Ooh, it just sounds wonderful.
Great, yes. So anyway, well, I'm Sue.
And I'm Betty.
We're the Smith Sisters.